All right. Everybody share. I don't see it yet. It hasn't popped up. Okay, there it is. It look a little fuzzy.
It is.
Well, maybe it's just me.
Let me see. Might have messed up.
Messed up what?
What's your phone? It's that bad iPhone.
Don't talk about my iPhone. Oh, look. I'm turning it around. I can't promote nothing. You gotta pay for promotions, child. Giving everyone time to tune in on this chilly Thursday evening. Grab you a cup of tea and a little bit of popcorn. Let's get ready for the show. Mickey, we got people tuning in. You sharing for me, Mickey? You're not sharing nothing? Oh, wow. The nerve. Welcome, everyone. Just giving people a second to tune in. All right. Let me share it to a couple groups here, and we are going to go ahead and get started. I have a live studio audience tonight, and we're going to ask the audience to please cut off all of their phones. All electronics must be placed on silent. Next time I will have Chico, the security, to collect electronics at the door so people won't try to tape the show. You know, I got a fan now, so I can talk like that. I'm speaking it into existence. All right, so let's go ahead and get started now. So I want to welcome everyone to another episode of the Wyntis Hall Show. Mickey, did you put Mickey, why is my topic hell up in Flint, Michigan? That is not what we was going to talk about today. I was going to start off with prayer and everything. I can't do that with hell up in Flint, Michigan. You think this is hell here on earth, Mickey?
Honest opinion.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do too sometimes. When I be looking at the news and stuff, I do think this is hell here on earth. But it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. Hold on, guys. I got like 2 more things I'm trying to do here real quick. And then you will have my undivided attention. I promised the people I would give you me, and I am giving you all that I got. Giving it the best that I got. So, it is Black History Month. And I'm excited to see another day. I'm not excited about Black History Month in 2023. I'm gonna let Mickey Did you get the camera right on me, sir? Okay. Right, because I want to make sure that everyone can see me and see me well. I'm not excited about Black History Month in 2023. It's just too much going on in the world today, and I can't celebrate when the people are suffering. Again, I ask the studio audience to please turn their phones down. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Miss Gloria. Hello, Trevor. Hello, Big Snapper. Hello, Brother Tony. Hey, oh, look, Club Rich tomorrow, 8 o'clock. That's the premiere. That's my girl, Ashley. She's going to be on here tomorrow, premiering with her show. Hello, Mama Quill. It's good to see everyone on here. So, yeah. So, even though it's Black History Month, I do want to start off with saying something real quick. It it is a month of celebrating Black excellence. And I just want to take this time for everyone to reflect and look at themselves. Because let me tell you what I'm on. For everybody that's out there watching, successful people don't have to hate on each other. Have people around you to build you up so you don't have to bring other people down to make yourself feel like you're doing something. So that's my little take back moment for some people. When we talk about Black history, I think about the people that I am around a lot. People say, oh, she's standing in the shadows of Mayor Weaver. And I think it's an honor to stand in the shadows of Mayor Weaver. Mayor Dr. Karen Williams Weaver, whose father, Dr. T. Wendell Williams, he had the building built on the corner of Stewart and Saginaw Street. When we talk about Black history, we talk about her mother being the school teacher. We talk about Dr. Rex Weaver, who is a dentist, and his father was a dentist in the community for many, many, many years. That's the Black history that I'm around every day. So I just wanted to throw that out there because last night when we were on the AD show, she talked about her mom making them watch Roots when they were growing up. I thought that was funny. So I thought about that. So I just wanted to reflect back on the rich history in the Weaver family. Also, Black Money Matters is another show that we have out on the platform. It's been out. Black Money Matters has been around for a long time, but now they're back, uh, reintroducing themselves. And if you missed this past Tuesday's episode, please go back and check it out. She had Anthony and Davita Artist. They were on there. Black History Month over at the library. And you know what I find so amazing is that they came to town, these big artists, and guess who they asked for? Mayor Weaver. So they were delighted to sit down and talk with her, and she was also delighted to sit down and talk with them. So make sure that you go and you check her out in that interview this past Tuesday. And then she had, what was that? Was it Tuesday? The interview at the library? Yesterday, Wednesday. Okay. So Tuesday we had Tracy New Palmer that was here, and I thought that was amazing because it was the first guest to ever walk through the doors of 810. So I was so excited to have her here. I would never ever forget her because she was the first person here. That was a very special moment in itself. This Tuesday we have something special for you for Black Money Matters. She's having a two well, let me see, it's not going to be a two-part show because it won't be a continuation, but she's going to have Black Money Matters AM. That's a big day for Mr. Dink Sosa and the Roadhouse. They will be having breakfast at the Roadhouse live on location. So go on over there and join them for breakfast Tuesday at the Roadhouse. flyers will be coming out. We'll let you know what time the show is going to start for Tuesday. And then Tuesday evening, she will be back on with Mr. Philip Loving. So that what Mr. Philip Loving will be on at 5 o'clock. So please don't forget to tune in to Black Money Matters. So let's get into some stuff. Let's get into some things that we want to talk about. OG Wig, you said you checking in from Kettering, Michigan. By the way, and Jakey Flint, you so sick. But I'm glad you're here. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Tyree Nichols. I think about Tyree Nichols. And by being a mother, that was an absolute tragedy that the last words he called out was for his mother. And no one should have to die at the hands of law enforcement, period. I don't think nobody should have to die at the hands of anybody except for when it's time for God to call you home or the higher power, whoever you choose to believe in. I believe in Jesus Christ. Just do that in for free. Now, what I'm saying is, when you look at the whole situation, it's been details coming out allegedly, and it doesn't give any excuse for what happened to this young man, that he was involved in a relationship with one of the police officers, exes, girlfriends, currents, I'm not sure, but it was some type of involvement there with a woman. And this man was targeted out. That in itself is an abuse of power on a high level. But it starts somewhere and it builds up. And that's what we talk about now. Little abuses of power turn into big abuses of power. No matter what it is, it's still an abuse of power. Let me give you some examples. Now, Mott Community College, they're having a meeting tonight. A special meeting was called because the new chair was called on a hot mic, using vulgar language. He told the man, don't be a pussy. And everybody heard him, and it was very offensive. Don't say that. But they called a special meeting to handle that situation tonight. Again, let me say it again. This man said pussy on a microphone, and they called a special meeting to handle that situation tonight. Now, we have council people. I'm not going to leave nobody out. I like people, but hey, I got to do what I got to do. Councilman Mays. Sometimes he should limit his talking. I do agree. But he's not their child, okay? And council meetings aren't held to chastise Councilman Mays. Every week, it seems like instead of a council meeting, they're trying to have an intervention for this man to change his behavior. And who can give the prettiest speech or the prettiest read to Councilman Mays? That's not what those meetings are for. We go to, and we're talking about accountability. If he's doing something wrong, hold him accountable for it. Don't go back and forth with him. They will have a whole hour discussion about him talking too much. Okay? Then we go to Eva. This is why things are happening in our community, how people feel comfortable saying things. I don't understand how she ever got off of saying ghetto. Okay? I don't. As a black woman, February, black queen. I'm black queen right here. I don't know how that ever happened and how black people, they held her up for it. It's okay. Don't let people beat you up. And they black. And she called him ghetto. I don't know how she got away with that. False statements. Said Tanya Burns was chasing her. Tanya ain't chasing nothing. And nobody. And Eva ain't running. So, I mean, we just know that was false. Then she said she was scared of Maze. She said she was scared of Jerry and Tanya jumping through Dennis Pfeiffer to get to her. So now she's not scared of Maze no more. So she sat over there. But when I said something about her being scared of Maze, she forgot about that. So now she sit down there at Judy's chair. She's playing musical chairs. Have a meeting. Hold her accountable to her behavior. Board meetings, you can't just take your name plate and flip around to where you want to sit at. That's not how it works. But that's counsel, accountability. Stay with me now. Quincy and his flex movements, like he gonna fight somebody. Should have had a meeting, held him accountable. These things wouldn't be happening. You see, new chair from Mott, just that man he ain't even been in office for 2 weeks. They having a meeting to hold him accountable. This is Flint City Council. Nobody is holding them accountable. Then you got Liddell. Her social media personality is way different than her meeting down there personality. She changed for her audience. We talk about accountability and abuse of power. Her allegedly, the neighbor saying that she allegedly called the NSO officers on her. That's abuse of power. Okay? Because you can't use your office to harass people. You can't use your title to harass people. Okay? And it's just wrong. But it's no accountability on Flint City Council. They all ran on being different. They different. They show is different, and they all need to go. What happened to these famous recalls that everybody was supposed to be doing? You done had time after time, opportunity after opportunity to hold people accountable, accountability. Our activists, where are you? I don't know you. I have not seen you. Where art thou? That's all I'm saying. And then we do all this hooping and hollering and hoop-rah and hip hooray on Facebook. And they go down there and they do the same thing week after week after week. Then they have a meeting Monday coming up. Davina sent out a letter. They got a special meeting attached to Monday's meeting because they want to change the rules. They claim now that this is a part-time job because they're not getting that much money, and they want their meetings to end at 10 o'clock. No matter what you're talking about, that's just one of the highlights, but that's the one that stood out at me the most. They want meetings to end at 10 o'clock. You can't discuss business and millions and millions and millions of dollars. How you going to put a limit on it? So do you just add it on everything else? Sometimes they council meetings the last time didn't start till 11. You all are doing a disservice to the community of Flint. And if you think it's a part-time job and it's not a full-time job, I mean, are you going to limit your constituents from calling you? Well, most of y'all doing that already. You won't answer the phone. They have to call somebody else that's going to answer. So are you going to be a part-time council person for your constituents as well? Step down. If you think it's a part-time job, because it's not. You ran knowing everything that it was supposed to be. Okay. If you resign, it's still on your resume. Most of y'all just building it for resume builders anyway. We're not stupid. Y'all think we are, but we're not. So I know we're going to have some unpopular topics, some uncomfortable topics, and trust me when I say that it has nothing to do with um personal relationships that I have with people. I can't sit here and tell you that I'm going to deliver the real news to you, but then I only pick and choose what I'm going to talk about because this right here is my friend and this was my friend. If it's news, it's news. I'm going to tell it. If you get mad, charge it to my head and not my heart. This is what I want to talk about because we're still dealing with Janky from Dr. Lewis, uh, no. Councilman Lewis. I can't call her doctor because I don't know what she's doctor of. To me, you're not a doctor if you haven't done a residency program or a fellowship. You have honorable doctors, which I give credit for honorable mentions. But I'm just saying, that's me. Now, I blame the city of Flint residents for what you got now in the second ward. It's kind of like I'm conflicted, like leave her there because that's what you voted for. Because half of y'all knew that girl, that lady, just moved back to town and ran for council. Y'all know she wasn't staying here full time. But we allow people to do that. We allow people, and I don't know if it's because we like them. I'll give you another example. I personally like Del Rico Lloyd. Have no problem with him. But we know Del Rico, main resident, was not here in Flint, Michigan. He came back, moved into an apartment downtown. I think you got to stay here for 30 days and you can run for office. And we allowed that to happen. Now, I'm not saying that anything is wrong with Del Rico. Why some of y'all is probably on the phone calling him right now. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it's something wrong with us and it's something wrong with the process. Anytime you let somebody come from the outside, you're not going to let somebody you meet on the streets come and stay with you. So why would you let somebody come from the outside who doesn't know you or your city come in and take it over? That makes no sense. And then you don't say nothing until you get mad at them when you could have prevented it beforehand. Sister Audrey was the only person that I remember saying something about. I don't know. And she said it. She said, I don't know where she came from. I said, I don't know either. Just because you're born here in Flint, don't mean that you can just come right back and pick up where you left off because things change all the time. They change daily around here. People change daily around here, if you ask me. So we need to work on the process and we need to work on our way of thinking. Last week, I thought to myself about how it's Black History Month and we talk about togetherness. Back in the day, it was unity. We didn't have what you say is so-called Black elite like we got downtown that forgot where they came from and don't travel outside their little bucket or their little circle. They forgot they went to Northwestern and Holmes and Northern and all of those janky schools. My studio audience might throw something at me, but oh well. Let me sip my calypso. But you got Black elite downtown. You don't have unity anymore. You have people around Flint that are just in Flint. They are opportunists and they are here for the title to build up their resume. No, wait a minute now. I'm not just going to talk about my Black people. Allie Hinderroker. Where the hell did she come from? Ain't nobody ever heard of her either. And she walked in and beat Monica Galloway. And we allowed it. Same thing for Santino. Where the hell did he come from when he won? Oh, I can do you one better. I had not, people may have knew him. I'm not saying that I'm supposed to know everybody, but I had never heard the name Wallen before he ran for mayor. Some of y'all may have from a little private group. Quit letting outside people, because they're your friend, come in and get in these positions, do us wrong, and move on. That's why we're in the position that we're in now. We allowed it. Thank you, Miss Gloria. I'm just putting it out there. I don't have any. Again, congratulations to Delrico Lloyd and Dr. Beverly Brown. Somebody else who I don't know. I don't know where she came from either. I think they should have did, and it was a shame that the two, and I have to say it to show the difference, that the two white county commissioners said, I really don't feel comfortable for voting for people because I don't know the area. I don't know the people that I'm voting on. It should be a vote. And that's what they should have did. Because Amy Miller had filed a lawsuit to get it temporarily stopped, but it didn't work. They still appointed Dr. Beverly Brown. But it should have been a vote for the people. They are appointing people that we just don't know who they are. And again, we allow it. When we talk about we are a city that like to talk about hot things while they're hot, and then we lay them down. Bursting. Be like B. Oh Lord, everybody and their mom was walking up and down the street 2 weeks ago. Be like B. Be like B. What happened to it? Do we even know? Have they had any board meetings at Burston? Have they asked for any community input on who the next executive director of Burston going to be? Have they named the executive director? Any of these things, I can only do so much. The residents have to get up and do something. If you're not interested, if you want them to, you got to remember they got money. They got money coming in at Burston for this new field house that they're going to build. Make sure that you keep your community. That's all I'm saying. Get interested in your own community. You have to. Or you won't have a community anymore. It's where Club Quorum is. It's going to be a dog park. I'm just saying. Now, another thing while we were talking about the county commissioner's seat, they picked someone for the road commission that people weren't happy about. I don't know too much about that situation, but I had seen some discussion about it on Facebook. So I had just wanted to mention it and throw it out there about that. So look into that. Like we got to, that's one of my topics tonight. We so focused on these city seats. Are we uncomfortable to run for county seats? If we could get the people out to vote in the city of Flint, we could take over the county seats. We got enough people in Flint to vote. If they voted, we could win some of these county seats. See, it's like a big circle. And then we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in over at my community college, which started all of this talk about accountability. They have a whole new Republican executive board over there. Well, not executive board, but board. Okay? We have to want better for each other. Don't just wait to Black History Month and post about people that you never would have read about before, and then you're done with it. Every day is Black History Month for us. We Black, this don't change. I can't take it off in March. I can't put it back on next February. Just can't do it. So we need to get more interested in ourselves. Let's keep going. And when I say interested in ourselves, I'm not saying that everybody needs to be a boss. Hold on. Grab you some tea, because this one about to be fire. Hold on, I gotta get rid of this call. So everybody want to be a chief. And we don't have a lot of Indians around here. That's no dig out to you Central Indians. You should have been a knight. I'm sorry. Um, oh yes, I'm just saying. Now, growing up in Flint, when I was a child, we had churches on every corner and liquor stores on the next corner. Now, my children growing up now, they have, instead of two, they've doubled to four. They have churches on one corner, liquor stores on the other corner, weed dispensaries in the middle, and a nonprofit on the side. Everybody want to be a 501c3 pimp, which gets me to thinking about my ARPA money. I mean, the city of Flint ARPA's money. Everybody wants this big payoff. If you have noticed on social media since the beginning of the year, ever since they announced that this money was going to be given out to nonprofits, baby, everybody got a business. Everybody doing something. And shout out to all the entrepreneurs out there. But all of these different groups about helping Black people, when we got one of the oldest, strongest organizations in the country, in the world, the NAACP, one of the strongest chapters of the NAACP in Detroit. But then, wait a minute, because I know what you're going to say. What, the NAACP? She up there talking about the NAACP. They don't do nothing. What do they do? I'm going to ask you, are you a member? And you're going to say no. Well, that's why you don't know what they do. Get involved. It shouldn't be the NAACP, the Peace in the World over here, the Love and Hope group over here, Black and Matters over here, and the Vision of Love over here, and everybody. Why can't we come together as one? You know why? Because everybody want to be a chief and not enough Indians. That's what's wrong with us. I implore us, as we navigate through this Black History Month, to please work together. If you're not a member of the NAACP, become a member of the NAACP. Don't say, and I brought that up because, Tony, we have great discussions on Flint Politics Reboot. And he was talking today about the NAACP, and I was just like him at first. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, they don't do anything. Frances Gilchrist doesn't do nothing. I sat down with her and I voiced my concerns, and she read me right back. When I tell you she feisty, she feisty. They're not walking over her, but what she made me understand is that it's a process. Everything must be done in decent and in order. Are you following me? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not you come over here to the NAACP and you tell them they treat me wrong on my job, and she gonna say, okay, y'all, come on and meet me at Home Depot. We about to go march. It don't work like that. She's governed by the National Board of Directors. But if we were stronger in numbers, we wouldn't need Black Lives Matter and all of these other different groups if we work together. We have to learn how to work together. Some of us can't work with each other. I know that. I'm not going to be screaming unity because I know how it is. What I'm saying is everybody can't be a chief and not enough Indians if we're going to try to move forward as one. As one. When we talk about the Black agenda, it's not the Black agenda for this group and then the Black agenda for this group. We're talking about the Black agenda for all people. Okay? Now, when we talk about the Black History Month and the NAACP and our rights and the process, and we talk, hey, mama, how you doing? and we talk about the process and how things should go, we will come out and we will march and we will talk on Facebook right here in Flint about Mr. Tyree Nichols. And we got Memphis right here in Flint with Mr. Vondrese Davis. The first thing that I want you all to know, go to my page. It's a video, A10 News Media Group. Go like that page on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. It is a video of his car after the police chase when he crashed into another young man on the corner of MLK and Pearson. And just to look at that car, it was just heartbreaking to me. And that family still hasn't received any justice. And the mother is out here every day fighting for Vondrese Davis. And we need not to put down the bullhorn on Vondrese Davis. We all need to post about Vondrese Davis. In October, Councilman Mays called up to the podium, Chief Green, and asked him about this. And he said that the investigation was still open because of pending litigation. What's going on with it now? Accountability. Accountability. We have to start holding people accountable. If it was us, they would hold us accountable. Memphis, they had no problem. They arrested them black police officers quick as they wanted to. But the white officer, he got suspended. Take a look at what's going on around you. Pay attention, stay woke, because it's too much going on here. But I'm not saying that we can have feelings and have concern, but take care home first before we traveling all up and down the highway. It's too much going on here in Flint. We can't even get 1 + 1 = 2 here. We can't even get clean water here in Flint. We can't even get a council to get along. In Michigan, we got a Democratic governor. The Democrats run the House. We got a Democratic mayor. We got a Democratic council. And we can't even get clean water. Make it make sense for me. And while you're out there fighting for Vondrese Davis, make sure you spell his name right. It's Vondreece. Vondrese Davis is his name. Also, we don't want to ever forget about the Mitchell brothers. That was just, if you guys watched, I watched bits and pieces of Tyree Nichols' funeral. And I think it was Ben Crump who was talking about accountability, sort of like what I'm doing tonight, and cover up. And you got to hold people accountable. The Pulaski fire was nothing but a big cover up, if you ask me. And I'm not going to have on my heart that I didn't speak out about this. I'm not going to have on my heart that I didn't do my part to make the community aware of the situation. Flint, it's time that you pick up the bullhorn and take the lead and start holding people accountable. These are people's lives. Miss Cooper would never go home to her 2 sons again. Never. She would never go home ever in this life and see them playing. But those 2 firefighters got a chance every day to go home and see their families. Hell, I even go a step further. They got a job with another fire department to do the same damn thing again. The mayor goes home to his family every night. Everybody else goes home to their family. At the end of the day, the goal is to go home to your family. But Miss Cooper can't. And people can't understand why. Why the cover up? If you look, wasn't it Chief Barton's lawyer who said that They were suing because the mayor asked him to lie. Well, he got fired because the mayor asked him to lie because he wouldn't lie. And that's what Chief Barton is saying. It was $100 million. He won't. $10 million. I thought it was 100. Maybe I seen too many zeros. But you sure it's 10 or is it 100 million? Is it 100 million? Is it $10 million lawsuit? Well, that's another thing, Quincy. I'm not called. I didn't call Tony Quincy because I'm sorry, Tony. But we're talking about the Hogarth Street too. We're talking about accountability. We haven't heard anything else about the settlement on Hogarth Street, and that's on here too. When we gonna get to that in just a minute. It's 10 million. Okay, it is 10 million. 10 million. So look, when we talk about, we done had CNN, Detroit News, USA Today, the guy, what's his name from the Young Turks? Rashad Rashidi. We have all the national news outlets talking about the Mitchell boys and their death and this fire. But where's Channel 12? Where's Fox 66? Damn, where's M Live? Michigan. Where are you? You give us these bullshit, make you feel good stories, but you won't give us the real news. And I got to get on here and look like negative nanny because I'm telling you what's really going on. Because they just want to cover up stuff and make you feel good. Matt Franklin, Don Jones, hello. It's Black History Month. Wake us up. Give us something. We shouldn't have to have other people come in and try to give stories. They putting in all the work trying to give us some stories just to get shut down. I talk to news reporters all the time who have left here. Bria Jones, damn good news reporter. The young girl, Alexis over there, damn good news reporter. Ann Pratt, she's all right, but I'm just saying, a lot of their stories, they got shut down. They couldn't do the good stories that involve the people that you want to label as the downtown movers and shakers, the stories that involve uptown or the commerce or land bank or the mayor, city hall. They won't let them do them stories. Now you got a mayor and it's not, this is facts. This is news. Who said a staffer wrote who did he say wrote his biography or whatever that they read? A staffer, right? Now he went on a TV show. They read everything about when he graduated, graduate of Saginaw Valley State University. He heard them say that. And he walked out and sat down there at that table with the white men. And he didn't say nothing. He didn't correct them. And 12, 5, 66, Mid-Michigan, M Live. I ain't see nobody say nothing about it. But then you got my man, was it George Santos?
Yeah, they stripped him of all this stuff.
That he had to turn in his driver's license. Damn, he didn't really have to turn in his driver's license, but all his committee seats.
Yeah.
All of his committee seats.
They're eventually gonna kick him out though.
And then I seen an interview where they asked him, do you think you would have got to this congressman position if you hadn't lied about that degree? And that sapsucker said, I don't think I would have got it. But they own him. They own him with spiked heels. We got a whole mayor running the city of Flint that did the same thing. And we just let it glide by. Because he's our friend. Well, he's your friend. It's not my friend. It's your friend. Because y'all let him glide by. Tony said he wanted to double back. What is the NAACP position on any of these occurrences? That's why I'm saying they ain't doing nothing. Now? I'm still learning different parts of the NAACP, and I've been talking to the president, Gilchrist, about it to have her on the show so I can ask her some of these things for you all. Because I had the same concerns, like, what do you guys do? And it's so much that goes on behind the scenes. They have people coming in that meet with people on a private level. They investigate. They send stuff to the national level. It's so much going on with the NAACP behind the scenes. It's so many moving parts to the machine. And you won't always see a protest. But you got to think, I mean, they can't do a lot of things that we expect them to do when they only got a few people that's active, but thousands of people on the roll. Let's have 1,000 people active and thousands on the roll. That's what I'm saying. We all need to do our part. So just has a vote on the floor, and the ethics committee may just boot him. Are you talking about Santos, Trevor?
Yeah. But see, that's when you got the Republican Party going at his own party going at him. So then you have to look at what is the Democratic Party doing.
Nothing.
So they just let it slide.
Nothing. They let it slide. I mean, what is the Democratic Party doing? They let some stuff slide. Not only do we have the mayor sliding about his degree. I mean, let's walk up the ladder a little bit, because I don't know why I'm the only person that's pissed about all the damn criminal charges was dropped. And then on election day, while we running around here talking about a mayoral election, which was absolutely very important, don't get me wrong by any way, but they snuck in another Snyder ain't got to testify at the trial, and he got away with some more stuff that day that they put out, snuck it in right under us. So here you go, a mayor saying that the water is fine. You got Miss Sharif, and I want to talk to her too. I seen where she posted on Facebook today. She had her water tested. It came back with so much lead and copper. That poor baby gonna look like a penny in the morning. She gonna wake up looking like Abraham Lincoln. All that lead and copper she got in her water. But they steady telling us that the water is good. No accountability nowhere. Everybody off. A whole town poisoned. People died, still dying because of the cancers, and we don't know what the hell is going to happen down the road. And that's on here too, because I was going to talk about, when we talking about things that's happening about the water settlement money. It was a guy on Facebook. I told him to tune in tonight because he was asking about the water settlement money. And I'm looking at Mickey. Does anybody wonder, like, what she keep looking at? And me personally, I don't think the residents are going to see anything. It's harsh. It sounds really bad, but they just sent out another email yesterday saying, basically, we sorry it's taking longer than usual for processing time. Like it's a Christmas package from Amazon. I mean, you knew it was going to take a damn long time to process. It's a class action lawsuit. But you didn't take a long time for y'all to process them damn lawyers' checks. Them checks, y'all got them checks processed mighty quick to get them lawyers paid. $200 million, and I ain't seen none of them. Where they at? How come they ain't helping? And where are their staffers to help these people? People getting letters talking 2 and 3 years later, getting letters talking about you left this space blank on your form. Really? Y'all not getting no money? You're not getting no money. You're not getting no water settlement money. In my opinion, I don't believe it. I hope they make me out to be the biggest liar in town. I hope they give the people, make them whole, but they're not gonna make them whole anyway, because if you get anything, they already got $1,000 per household cap on it. So if you and your cousin and your uncle staying with Big Mama, you only $1,000. Everybody, y'all got to split that. Once you give Mama a couple dollars and y'all go out and get some groceries, that money's gone. I can spend $500 at the grocery store. So I can imagine how much you can spend on grown people and plus kids.
Oh my groceries, they go to other five.
It's gone.
Pay your consumer bill.
Your consumer bill and your what? You can't even pay consumers water and cable with $1,000. Sometimes you can't. So and then why that money is sitting there? Why they keep talking about the water settlement money and it's late, where it's going to take a little longer, you need to fill in some more blanks. We gotta think, we gotta look past them. We looking right here, we thinking on A. Sometimes we may think the B, but we got people that's thinking QRST. Because while we way up here talking about where is our money, that money is sitting in somebody's bank drawing a hell of a lot of interest. Who getting that interest money? Has anybody even thought to ask that question? Who gonna get all of that money? That's that interest money. Who's gonna get the money from the people who some people may not make it to get their water settlement money? And while the parents think they about to have a cash in day on the children, they don't get their money till they're 18. Right. You know, a lot of them didn't read that fine print. And it's sad to say, but a lot of our children don't see 18. So what happens to that money? It's a lot of money that's going to places that we just have no idea where they're going. And you got a lot of unhappy people downtown. I know it's time to wrap up, and I'm getting to the end. So not only do I never reveal my sources, but baby, since people know I'm going to talk about the unpopular things, I've had city employees reaching out to me, and they mad down there, and they taking pictures now. Because I'm not one to, and a lot of it, I'm still saying allegedly because I don't know what's going on. I just put it out there. If it's wrong, I hope the right people see it and they correct it. Make the people whole. That's all I'm saying. Make Flint great again. So somebody sent me a nice picture with an S on it. Go to 810 Flint Politics Reboot, Wyntis Hall Show page. Of some beautiful cars. You see them cars on there, Mickey? That they said the city bought? Now, Mickey, I said, self, I thought they stopped that bid. But then somebody else said that the bid had went through. But I thought they pulled that back. Al Sarah withdrew. But then somebody else came back and got the bid. How did that go? What happened? But I do know that Councilman Mays had asked when he called Clyde the Glide up there, and he asked Clyde the Glide, he said, who is these cars for? He looking at the paper, these cars. Who gonna be driving these cars? Clyde said, staff. Councilman Mays said, well, what are they for? I don't know. Them some nice cars. That's all I'm saying. And the people. Oh, he said, hold on. What?
What you mean? He said he don't know.
He said he know.
But you just spend some money on you don't know. Could you go home? Could you just blow, let's just say $500,000 and then don't have to, you can say you don't know?
You can when you got lawlessness and unaccountability. You can do that. You can do that when you have that going on, when you know you got the sensational six that's not going to hold you accountable, when you know that you got an ethics board that ain't going to do nothing, and then you know you ain't got no ombudsman.
Oh, so you saying that he didn't go through council allegedly? Did he go through council?
Child, I'm just here to report the news, allegedly. Now, the T say that it was that alleged bid rigging, okay, and then Al Sarah and all of them said, "Oh shit, we not gonna get caught up in that. We're not getting messed up in Flint's mess."
Right.
So they took their name up out of there, and that was when the lady said she went around and hand delivered the stuff,
Right.
and then she said, then after that, she said she sent somebody around to hand deliver it, and then they said they forgot to get the names. Then they said they did. It was just a whole big debacle anyway. But I don't know about them cars. And I'm hoping that one of them council people that's watching tonight, or one of you citizens, residents of the city of Flint, because the employees that was down there, wherever these cars are getting delivered to, said that these cars cost way more than our salary. Now, did you know that the firefighters did get a raise? Some of them, if you're starting off new in the firefighters, they got a raise. They're making $10.10 an hour now, because that's the new minimum wage. I think they was starting off at $10 an hour. A firefighter can make more at Taco Bell. Make it make sense. You buying $100,000 GMCs, beautiful cars. You asking for $150,000 raise for the city administrator, but your firefighter's making $10.
But two, if the city administrator want 150, he can explain them cars.
The city administrator was sent up there, I believe, to test the waters, because when he was sent up there to add he was testing the waters for the mayor, because he had the 6 votes, but it didn't go through. That's all I'm saying.
So basically, what you saying, the sensational 6 gonna push it through regardless.
They gonna push it through.
Even if
they're gonna push it through.
Even if the administration go over their head and make them look weak.
Mm-hmm. The administration is already making them look weak. What did the man say? What did I talk about last week? He said it was the tail wagging the dog. You got, now see, they undid everything the President Mays at the time did, except for that ARPA ad hoc committee. He appointed Liddell Lewis and Judy Priestley to the ad hoc committee, to the ARPA ad hoc committee. They were supposed to go and work together, bring their little presentation back to the council and talk about it as a whole. They haven't had an update in 15 months. And then it seems like the administration is telling them what to do, because it was like the council was in shock. Who the hell said all them ARPA money was going to nonprofits? Where did that come from? Seriously. And then they're going to give all the money to the nonprofits. People thinking they at the beginning of the year, they said the application would be available. And then application was available. It was an application to apply for the pay ARPA committee. So they're paying you, the community foundation is paying this members of this committee that are unknown. The council, when you go to committee meetings next week, residents ought to call their council people and have your council person to ask for you who will be selecting these nonprofit groups. Make Facebook posts, make calls, call downtown, ask people. You should want to know who's dictating your money. But maybe y'all just happy with that $300 water credit. Is that still rolling? Is that still looking good for y'all out there? When did they get it? In October? Do you people still have the $300 some money left off your water credit in February? Because they said it should last the average of 3 months. So that would have been November, December, and January. So most of the residents of the city of Flint should just have to start paying their water bill back in February this month. Give me some thumbs up if I'm correct.
But didn't they water bill go up last month, I was told?
Oh, damn. Give me some thumbs down, because your water bill went up last month. My bad. But see, No, it ain't no allegedly. That damn water bill went up last month. That ain't no allegedly. Because people was posting their water bills and they was sending them to me in the inbox like our water bills went up.
But they wanted it though.
They wanted that $300 credit. I remember Councilman was the Ninth Ward Councilwoman. She said that she talked to all of her residents and they wanted that $300. Get us some water with some of that ARPA money. That's you know what, I think you're the smartest lady on here tonight, Miss Marsha, because they were supposed to give you some water with that ARPA money because they gave over $250,000 to different Bethel, Ashbury Heights, and Greater Holy Temple Church of God in Christ. They got $450,000. With them people came down there that day with the little blue sign saying, please give them the money. And they gave all the help centers all that money, and we still ain't got no water. I seen some cars the other day lined up at Bethel Monday morning that didn't get the memo. I hope they finally went home when they realized that they weren't getting the only water they was gonna get if they would have held their tongue out the window and got some snowflakes on there. And Trevor said he just paid $180 yesterday. Trevor, how was your water bill $180? Because you got to know Trevor to ask that question, because Trevor is like not the person to just run a whole bunch of water and take bubble baths and all this type of stuff. $180, Trevor, for some water? Oh my God. Michelle Mayer said the water rates went up. They received a $300 water credit, but the deposit was $350 to get service. The okie doke. Damn. And Trevor said he got 3 people in his house for $180 water bill. Well, that's pretty good, because I know my mama, she just got my kids over there every day and they don't even live there. And I know her water bill is way over. Well, it may be about $200 a month. Miss Lorraine Thompson said $10.10. That's sick. Yes, ma'am, that is sick. That's crazy for our firefighters to only be getting paid that. But that's what I'm talking about. While I cannot celebrate Black History Month in 2023. And that's what I said at the very beginning. I don't feel comfortable celebrating Black History Month this year because the people are suffering. We are continuing to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Things are still going downhill rather than uphill. You got too many Black people looking down on people. Pastor Hill said the only time we should look down on people is to help bring somebody else up. But everybody want to be a chief and not an Indian. Everybody want to be on council. They want to have the nicest speech. And like I said, an intervention for Mr. Mays. Leave him alone. That man's 60-some years old. Do he do everything right? Absolutely not. But hold him accountable at that moment and move the hell on. If you're going to kick him out the meeting and move on. You don't have to have a 3-page discussion on why he talked too much, because then you're looking just as dumb as he is. You can't talk about him if you're doing the same silly shit on Facebook that he doing. When we talk about Black history and Black excellence, we need to think about some things this year. This year, we need to not blow up the balloon so fast and not bake the party cake. We got some things around this city that need to be taken care of, and it behooves me as to why the residents are allowing for the lawlessness and the injustice in the city of Flint. Well, I think that's it for me tonight. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 8 o'clock for the season premiere of BMF. No, I'm just playing. of Club Rich. Ashley Richmond will be on at 8 tomorrow if you want to party. She has a nice, sweet, young vibe. She's going to be talking about hip hop and the culture, and she's going to be interviewing local artists. We may get her some national artists up in here. I know some people that could sing. My mama said I sound like Whitney Houston. She may want to interview me, have me on the show to sing. So you just stay tuned. You never know. But thank you again to A10 News Media Group. If you haven't, like I said in the beginning, please go like, share our page, subscribe to the 810 News Media channel on YouTube. And as always, Mickey Jordan, what is that Cash App? Mickey, what's the Cash App?
I gotta think of it. Okay, I got it.
Mickey can't remember the Cash App. See, that was a beautiful moment, and you just took everybody off.
Listen,
oh, Mickey, come on now.
Hold on, don't do it. Okay, I gotta figure it out. Oh, it's $.
$.
810 News Media Group.
810 News Media Group. If you like how you look, get your picture took. But if you like, what we say, if you like what you see, pay us some money. That's all we're trying to say. Give us a couple dollars. Everybody that loves us, give us $1. If you hate us, give us some more so we can go away, and we'll be out your hair. Until next week. Thank you.